This game is nothing I'm new to. Money too long for a ruler. I swim in it like Barracuda. Man, I going deeper than scuba. You don't know nothing about this, do ya? You don't know nothing about this, do ya? Stay golden, man, shout out my jeweler. I'm grateful, I'm praying to Buddha. This game is nothing I'm new to. Money too long for a ruler. I swim in it like Barracuda.
Yo, what's up, peeps? It is Thursday today. It's a nice warmer day in Southern California. Sun's coming out, but the clouds out there are super dark. So just doing another update video. Just want to talk to you guys about a situation I've been having at school. Pretty much in photography, I've had a problem with somebody in the class. How do I start this? Pretty much like first time in class, I got paired up with this person, and they were just kind of like rude how they act. Pretty much someone that acts like a know-it-all, unfortunately. And I always like check, you know what I mean? I asked, you know, if someone's like, you know, very straightforward or strong personality like I am. I'm always wondering, you know, if whenever they give an advice, because I personally, obviously, to my viewers and people who watch my videos a lot, I like to give advice from personal experience, something that I actually like have done. So whenever someone like gives me advice, I always check them to ask like, hey, like, since you're giving me this advice, are you actually like giving this advice from experience? And this person pretty much answered that it's not from experience. And this person's just very like off-putting. Even their significant other that's in the class, I think, or sorry, open the window a bit more. Someone who is like a friend or someone close to them, even checked them and said like, hey, like, you know, he's just asking you, you know, small questions to get to know you and such. Anyways, so I dealt with that problem for a month at least. It's over a month actually, and 2 weeks into the class, I mentioned it to the teacher, and like unfortunately the teacher / professor kind of just disregarded it. And then there was the one day where this person was like rude to another schoolmate. It's getting kind of warm in here. Hold on guys, turn on the hell yeah, turn on the air for a little bit. But close the window here. But no, it's just like this person was rude to a classmate of ours, and he was just like being rude. You know, it's pretty much to me what I'm trying to say without being mean. It's like him being rude again. Like, it's, you know, it's another day of him being rude, another week, and I just couldn't handle it. You know, I told him nicely. I was like, yo man, like, honestly, like, you know, ever since the beginning of class, you know, like, you've been acting like rude and just like off-putting. And they came at me like, you know, what are you talking about? I'm like, dude, that's the whole reason of why I told you my age, because, you know, this person made me feel like I didn't know what the heck I'm doing with my life. Like, this person was telling me about, you know, about working and stuff, and when I asked him, it's like, oh, like, where do you work? He didn't answer the question directly. Never had a job in his life. So it's like, how can you give me advice or tell me what to do about work or balancing school and work when you're just doing school and you never had, you know, a job in your life? So it's just annoying. And he was telling me a bunch of stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a difference of someone like telling me, you know, giving me an advice about something that they like are like an expert on, or someone that actually have done the craft. You know, this person was at this time was telling me about like lenses, and he doesn't even own it. He never even used one. So it's like, at least the lens that he's talking about, you know, maybe he's just talking about it like a lot of people do on like advertisements or something. It's just something, you know, they're just relaying the message of what an advertisement or whatever they read on it. They never actually like put their hands on it and like used it, which is different. And during this time when I was telling the person that, you know, they're being rude, and I told them, you know, like, why, you know, even, you know, I'm like, dude, even like your girlfriend or your friend, whatever, told you to like chill out because I was just trying to get to know you. The person he was being rude to was even saying like, yeah man, it seems like you're just like, you know, talking about bullshit, like you're just, you know, like pretty much, you know, I don't really like cussing unless I have to. Pretty much the other guy told this guy who was being rude that like, dude, you're being a fucking dick, you know. And it went down a slippery slope where he just started like bringing himself down. He was like, oh, you know what, like that's the type of person I am, you know, I'm negative and stuff. And I told him like, hey man, like, you know, obviously I'm still here, I'm talking to you, you know what I mean, I'm trying to like my best. I hate the word trying because there's no such thing as fucking trying, but I told him, you know, I'm doing my best to like get to know you, you know, maybe you're just lashing out, something's going on at home, you know, like an outside source, you know what I mean. I'm much older and experienced, so I figured something's happening like outside his school life or something. But he left class, he came back and like left early, and I brought it to the professor's you know, attention that like, look professor, like I'm gonna let you know that, you know, this person was you know, rude in the beginning of class, you know, when the semester started, I would say. And it's like he didn't want to hear what I had to say, and his response to that was like, you know, hey Andrew, I don't want you making people feel uncomfortable. And I'm like, you know, I'm kind of just like, I thought I misheard him, because I'm going to him with an issue that another student is making me uncomfortable, and his response was he doesn't want me to make anyone feel uncomfortable. And at first I thought I misheard him, and I asked him again, it's like, what did you say, like professor? Not like rudely, pretty much like, you know, just asked him like, oh, I didn't hear like what you said, like what was it? And he's like, you know, I don't want you making people feel uncomfortable. And I'm kind of just like taken back by it, because it's like, here I am, you know, someone that had like an issue with someone going to you with a problem, and you're telling me that you don't want me making people feel uncomfortable. It's not like I came at him at a negative standpoint, like I was calm, I wasn't, you know, like I wasn't rude, like it was just straight up like talk, like, hey man, like, you know, like I want to be friends with you, I want to get to know you still, but I want to let you know that you're acting rudely. And you know, it kind of bothered me now. It shifted my problem with this person, with the professor, because I'm like, what the heck, does he have some type of like bias or prejudice against me, or some type, you know, some type of negativity towards me? And throughout the whole time in class, I tried to talk to him, and I told him after the second week of class, when I went to him to talk about this situation, and he you know, just acted like it was nothing, the professor. I told him like, you know, after I went to the second week of class with a problem, you know, I felt like dropping the class because I didn't feel like it was getting taken care of. And his response was, oh Andrew, I don't want him dropping the class. And I'm like, and I told him, I'm like, it's not him dropping the class, I said it was me. And he didn't even like respond to it. And he said, you know, next week we'll let this thing like cool off. There's nothing to cool off. I mean, maybe like, you know, the other person that I have a problem with, like maybe he had to cool off, but it's like it's an issue that could have been taken care of like then and there. So he waited a week to have things cool off. Week passed by. Okay, I get to class early. You know, since I brought it to his attention a bunch of times last class, you know, I'm like, he's got to remember, right? I'm not saying people like forget, but throughout the whole time in class, like he didn't bring it up. The professor, you know, he didn't talk to me and the person. So I was kind of like, it was my last straw. I was like, what the heck? Like, I went to you with a problem. It seems like you're not wanting to take care of it. You know what I mean? And long story short, from an outside source that I trust, this other person told me that the professor and the person that had a problem with had a talk, and I guess the person that had a problem with told him that, like, you know, me and him sorted things out. But that's like a lie. So, I mean, pretty much, if you guys watch my videos, you'll notice that I don't like vlog, or I don't have any footage from that class anymore. I'll let you guess what class it is. Comment below if you know what class it is. But you know, I feel like I have to share this to you guys, you know, since you guys are my viewers. Comment below of what you guys think, you know, I should do with the situation. Personally, me, I'm just gonna like go straight talk to the dean of that department and just like relay to them my message, because if like I went to the professor twice already, the second week and after a month with dealing with this person, and I just feel like they have a bias against me, you know. Like, I'm all about for equality. I'm not one to be pushing to be exactly politically correct all the time, but if it's like, if I was a girl, let's say, and I went to him about that problem, would he treat it differently? I feel like he would. You know, let's say if I didn't look the way I do with a shaved head and like tattoos and shit, like, you know, if I went to him with this problem, would he treat it differently? I feel like he would. So it's like, you know, if you guys wonder why I think this person, any person, would treat it differently, it's because from past experiences. I had this experience before in another class and another class. So this is the third time this has happened to me, you know, at school, where so I have an issue with another person and I bring it up to the professor and they just kind of like, quote unquote, like sweep it under the rug and just kind of like accommodate for the other party and not myself. And I just feel like it's like fucking unfair. It's like, does it not matter anything that like happens to me? I mean, it's just how like the situation makes me feel. It's pretty bad, guys. But comment below. Thank you for listening. I know it's a long video. It's 11 minutes right now. Appreciate everything, guys. Hope you guys have a great day. And like, share, comment, and subscribe, guys. Until next time. Peace.
Got glad bags with enemies, cut up so they remember me, soak them in Hennessy so they relatives know it's me. You can bet your last dollar I'll dick them and holler, riding these hoochies like they some heavy ass Chevy Impalas, jump up and get your ass shot up.